Welcome back to F1 Championship Edition, guys. It is the 16th round of the season. Only 2 more races to go after this one in the entire career series on this game. So, yeah, I think we've taken our 3rd straight pole position, looking to make it a hat-trick of wins. We've got a 2-point lead now after the Italian Grand Prix, with Massa finishing in 5th. So, if you want to go check that one out, there's a link in the description for that as well. So, yeah, so we're normally quick in China because the AI aren't really that strong here, but we got a real sense of momentum after the Turkish Grand Prix, which was fantastic. Then the Grand Prix of Italy, which was a wheel-to-wheel battle with Fisichella, who qualified 4th today. Yeah, so the championship's mainly between me and Massa. Alonso's not really in it, but at least he's qualified 3rd, so he might be keeping his hopes alive going into Japan, and that's what my aim is for today's Grand Prix. Win the Grand Prix here in China and try and get a big points lead going to Japan, because it's going to be terrible, I imagine, that race is. And there's where the rest of the field lines up. Points scored for Villeneuve in the last race, but he's qualified 14th here, so might be a long shot for him there. So let's get the race underway.
Turn up the sound on your TV. We are only
well, I wouldn't advise turning the sound up on the TV, but I actually need to turn the audio down a little. There we go, because I was trying to record a bit of Toka touring cars at the same time, but there we go. So yeah, that's what the circuit looks like. It's going to be a good race here. Schumacher's got the lap record, but he's not racing today because we are in his Ferrari. And thankfully it's not a wet race like it was in the real life 2006 season. So here we go. Can we get off in the lead into turn 1? We are racing here in China, and we've made, yeah, a very good start there. Yeah, I know that the blue does. Why do you need to tell me that? You know we've just started the Grand Prix. But as we know from Italy, even though we've got a bigger points difference, well, not big points difference, a big differences in time between lap times, it's not going to really translate to the Grand Prix, I won't imagine. So this race might be kind of ultra competitive. But hopefully it's going to be a good race, because... Oh, hang on, Fisichella's jumped Alonso at the start, so that's interesting for Fernando's title hopes, with his teammate that's not competing for a championship in front of him now. Well, Massa's still staying with us until that corner. So we know where we're strong over the rest of the field. Heavy on the brakes for the hairpin. Or the end of, well, it's coming to the end of Sector 2. Long banked corner this. And we're pulling away already on our teammate Felipe Massa. It's going to be 4 points, I think, if it stays as it is. The championship going into the Grand Prix of Japan. So with it being so close, it's important that we try and score points in Japan. Or at least try, well, we're not going to win the race, but at least try and score a few points to limit the damage that we'll lose to Felipe. So we lead the first lap of the Chinese Grand Prix. That's good news. That's good news for us. Now, can we go sort of relatively flat through the first part of the turn yet? Just do what I've been doing in qualifying. Because as the eagle-eyed viewers can see, I did a 132, which is amazing for me. We've got a Toyota out right at the start-finish line. Slipped from 3rd. Yeah, he did. He slipped from 3rd. Alonso did, as we're pulling away from Felipe.
He's lost the pace from his starting position. Get ready for your stop on the next lap.
Yep, get ready for your stop on the next lap, indeed. Okay, we're on the curb there, which is okay, but we can pull away from the AI there. They're very slow through there for some reason. So this should be a formality like it was, well, in Turkey. That was it was a fantastic race for us, although it did get kind of close with Massa. Okay, we've got a Honda out as well, so that's Barrichello then.
That's just about the fastest you've been to the second sector in this session.
It's the fastest we've been, yeah, because it's an actual proper lap this time, not just a rolling start. I mean a standing start, so... But we've got some real momentum. We could win... Oh, there's going to be Oil warning. Got to be careful. Always run off line. But I still run over it anyway. Massa pits early, that's interesting.
That's 0.2 seconds faster through the third sector. You're doing well.
That's very interesting that Massa's pitted this early, so maybe he's trying to undercut us, but
You now lead the race. Physicality
we do now lead the race. We've got, oh, there's the oil. Why did they put the oil warning flag away?
Toya fifth.
Oh, the slippery surface flag just as you get to it.
Is Heidfeld. David Coulthard is seventh. That's a jump of 3 places.
Okay, so Fisichella and Alonso are second and third now because Felipe has made his pit stop. Well, I'm not going to forget to pit at the end of this lap, I tell you.
Ignition indicator. The tyres are showing signs of wear in this
Especially now with the tyres. Oh, okay. Save it, save it. There we go. That's good. Saved it there. Whew. Thankfully, we've got a big lead, so that should keep us in handy. I think one of the Midlands is out now. I'm looking at the track map. One of the Midlands, yeah. It is a, well, at least I think it's a Midland. We'll find out as whoa, we nearly webbered it. What's the gap between us and Fizzy? 2.7 seconds and 6 seconds ahead of Alonso. Yeah, Fernando's not in this championship hunt for some reason. You'd expect Fernando to be in it, but not to worry. It's going to be between me and Alonso. I called it a couple of races ago, like a 2-horse race. Well, I think I called it in Turkey where it was going to be a 2-horse race, so yeah, here we go. Pit stop time for Ferrari again. There we go, that's nice. Nice, nice. There we go, 7.9 seconds. Not bad, not bad, I'll take it. As we, well, had to slow down for the Honda. So there is a couple of cars that have stayed on. Alonso stayed on the racetrack, he takes the lead. That might actually work in his favour, like it did in Italy to jump Felipe. Maybe he's trying to jump his teammate, but I don't know. Heavy on the brakes for this corner. It's not one of my favourite corners, that ain't, but it's okay. Right, that's good through there.
Your tyres are reading green on the condition indicator. You should have optimum grip levels now.
Yeah, I know, we should have optimum grip levels. Well, we should have done before then. Well, not before then, because the tyres were still cold. We're well out ahead of Massa, who's jumped Fisichella. Oh, wait, no, he was still in front of Fisichella, never mind. So, but can we have a Ferrari 1-2 yet again, like we did in Turkey? Alonso is now in the pit lane. Okay, so that's going to be, it's going to be nip and tuck with his teammate and that, so. Okay, so we've got Scott Speed ahead of us. He should just drive on into the pit lane. He certainly does, so we should take over the lead of the Grand Prix. We do, yeah. We take over the lead of the Grand Prix, and it's going to be close with Alonso and Fisichella, but no, I think Fizzy's done it. Yep, Fisichella has jumped his teammate Alonso. And Massa's still in second, so that's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 by the looks of things, as long as he don't blow up.
You now lead the race. Massa is second. Fisichella third. He's moved up from 8th. Fourth is Alonso.
Well, he's not moved up from 8th, he made a pit stop, didn't he? Oh, others made a pit stop for him to get past him, so, or for him to get past them. So Jarno Trulli holding on to the last points, paying position at the minute for in the Toyota. But yeah, it's looking like it could be a Ferrari 1-2 and a dominant performance. It looks like it's going to be a hat-trick of wins. As long as I don't throw it off the circuit, I'll be totally fine. What's that for? Oh, well, yeah, we're just slightly up on us previous personal best through there. Of 7.9 seconds. We're ahead of our teammate by, which is an amazing achievement even here in China. But we're off to one of the most difficult circuits in Formula 1, the next one. It's going to be in Japan. I hope it's dry, as we've just done a 33.6. Let's see if we can go for a lap record. Yeah, it's the last lap for me, but I'm not really going to have to work my way around another car at the minute, so it's going to be a Ferrari 1-2 as long as everything plays out as it's going. We're going to take a hat-trick of wins. Hopefully we can continue, well, carry this momentum and win in Japan. That would be amazing. But I don't think that's going to happen. Even if it's dry, I don't think it will happen where we win in Japan.
According to our computers, the tyres are accumulating some wear now. Just keep an eye
Yes, I know. I mean, I'll watch out for it, but I'm trying to win the Chinese Grand Prix, so stop telling me about these things. Over the curbs. Who complains about auto spin curbs, to be fair? I can ride these curbs on here and not really have a problem, but then again, I just crack on with the game.
A full half second better in sector 2.
Wow, a full half second better in sector 2. This lap's going to be amazing. The gap between me and Massa, 9.4 seconds as we take a weird line into that hairpin for the final time. Round the final turn to win the Chinese Grand Prix. The final time we race in China. There's a Renault out, and it's Alonso. He's out of the Grand Prix, a 33-0. We take maximum points, so that's 10 points to us. Massa comes across the line, finishing in second, and Fisichella third. So the championship will be 4 points going into the Japanese Grand Prix next time after we win 3 Grand Prix in a row. Fantastic. Coulthard finally scores a point this season, and he's got 2 points, so he moves ahead of Villeneuve, who finished 9th. So Massa is in second. That's going to be 2 points he's lost to us again. And the cars that were out of the Grand Prix: Alonso, Heidfeld, Albers, Barrichello, and Ralf Schumacher. So here's the championship. Yep, we're 4 points clear at the top of the standings. Alonso not going to be in the championship hunt. He can't even take second place. Coulthard's moved up, Klein's moved down, Rosberg's moved up, Heidfeld's moved down, and still the bottom 3 teams yet to score. We're almost certainly constructors champions now. Ferrari are, and yep, rest of the teams yet to score. And also, guys, I believe with the points gap as it is, it's 4 points. The championship cannot be won in the next round, so it will go down. Yeah, championship victory. Yeah, you say super. Yeah, from James and Felipe. Yep, we are the constructors champions. Ferrari are constructors champions. Contract will come to an end. Yep. They're not wanting us because it's the final season anyway for us. So Chinese Grand Prix, Ferrari takes Constructors' Championship title. That's absolutely fantastic. But now can we go on to win the Drivers' Championship? We've got 2 races left, starting with the Japanese Grand Prix. The pressure's kind of on with the final races coming up, but Japan, I don't know. We've got a 4-point lead. That's the most we could have got going into Japan, of course. Well, that's the least we could have got. That, but we did exactly what we needed to do in China. Now, we'll find out how it's going to go in Japan. Now, if I can score some very decent points, I could make it harder for Felipe to win in Brazil. But I don't think I'm going to do very well in Japan. But we'll find out in the next episode. So yeah, Thank you guys for watching this one. Let me know what you think is going to happen in Japan, and let me know what you thought of this Grand Prix. I will see you there.